Alright guys, good morning. Just a little bit of a late Alright, good morning. Late start Friday morning message. Let's go ahead and see what we have today. The munchkins are being extremely wild and loud. Playing and fighting. It's just that time, okay? First of the month, third of the month, whatever day it is, fourth of the month. Yes, all their energy is heightened right now. All of them are wrestling. Okay, let's go ahead and begin here with our daily message. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Okay. Alright, I feel like I should maybe take a little bit more of a deep breath before I do these. But let's just read what we're going to read. I'll read line 51 and 52 from Surah 19. Surah 19, Maryam. And this is highlighting the prophets, more specifically Moses, and our attention to Moses, which we read a lot. I feel like we're always bringing up Moses. Okay, let's read what this says. Also mentioned in the book, the story of Moses, for he was specially chosen, and he was a messenger and a prophet. And we called him from the right side of Mount Sinai, and made him draw near to us. Verse. Okay. So there's a few key points here about Moses. Not only was he a prophet, and not only was he a messenger, he was both, right? He was a messenger and a prophet. And it would help us to distinguish between the two as well. So the messenger, more importantly, delivers the message to the people, while the prophet receives revelation from God and is more or less responsible for delivering the message to maybe a specific individual or a specific person. And also the prophet can go ahead and foretell the future and also accomplish mystical signs. So the prophet has a little bit more of a mystic responsibility about him, and is generally retained by an individual to go ahead and, speak directly to the Lord, of course, and to foretell events and things like that. So prophets were commonly retained by kings, and in this example, Moses really was the prophet for what we would say for the Pharaoh, I guess you could say, even though he wasn't retained necessarily by the Pharaoh. That was his responsibility to deliver the message to the Pharaoh specifically. And then the messenger, right? The messenger is a little bit more broad. They can deliver message to a lot of people, and it's really all about sharing what has been preordained and written previously or talked about previously regarding matters of the Lord. Messengers can also get direct knowledge and direct communication from the Lord, and they really are more of a general announcer to larger groups of people, more often than not. He was specially chosen, but they can, honestly, you can use them interchangeably, and people will have different definitions for what exactly is a prophet and what exactly is a messenger. That is just how I perceive the two and distinguish the two based off of my experience. So Moses, he was both a messenger and a prophet, and we can easily recall the story of Moses, okay? Even reading it in Exodus, when we did read the story of Moses in Exodus, I feel like that was a very overwhelming reading, and that was a very overwhelming thing to go ahead and read in Exodus was the freeing of the Israelite nation from Egypt, and just the whole process. Because yes, it was very long, beginning in Genesis, going into Exodus. We covered a lot talking about Moses. So we'll go ahead and pull in that remembrance and that energy from when we read that, just to think about the importance and quite possibly the gravity of the times that we're living in now. Okay, because I'm not taking this as a coincidence. The fact that we keep, trying to recall the prophet Moses, trying to bring up the prophet Moses, we must be going through a similar time frame and nature. I don't know how to describe it, but it keeps coming up, and I have less words that I need to say about it, because I feel like we've covered it already, and I feel like we've talked a lot about Moses. But it keeps coming up, it keeps coming through, so we'll just go ahead and talk about it just a bit. I'm working on the second line here, doing my slow one-handed talk and type. My left side of my body is free for talking and thinking. The right side is focused on getting this line out. Who said multitasking? I don't think it's really a thing, but we try our best. Okay, so this last line, almost done, for mystic converse. Okay, and we called him from the right side of Mount Sinai and made him draw near to us for mystic converse. So this is a beautiful portion of, having somebody having somebody draw closer to the Lord, okay? And the Lord is literally saying, right, and we called him and made him draw near to us. Isn't that what we all want? Wouldn't we all appreciate actually the Lord in some way or another, right, calling out to us and drawing us near to him? So that's very, very important. And I listened to a talk yesterday that explained to draw closer to Allah is important for him to draw closer to us. So when you go through good times, when you go through bad times, draw closer to Allah as a believer. Draw closer to him, and when you really need him, okay, and you feel like he's not there for you, he will actually come towards you as well. So the more you reach to him, I would say, try to get his attention in times of good, in times of bad, then when you really need him, and when he especially really needs you, he will draw close to you, and he will pull you in even closer to go ahead and do this, right? The mystic converse. The way that the Lord communicated to Moses was unlike anything that we've ever witnessed, really. I'm trying to think back to even Abraham, and I don't think it was this direct, and I don't think it was this mystical. It's a great, great word. It was almost like the Lord had stopped time on top of Mount Sinai, and time was passing below, right? The people were getting anxious and restless. They did not like waiting. They thought Moses was dead, but really he was up in the mount, on the mount, talking to the Lord really face to face, okay? Experiencing his presence. I want to say like 99%, okay? Maybe not 99%. Maybe that's too much, but he was really experiencing his presence in full, as much as a human could experience his presence, and talking to him face to face. So this is what we should all be reaching towards and striving for at this time, this mystic converse, this relationship that is growing and growing and growing until you get to a point like Moses, right, where you can become a messenger and a prophet, because that takes place, that mystic converse between you and the Lord. I would say that is goals. That is definitely some goals. But again, that's really all I have to say about this. I mean, we're drawing in this energy from Exodus. We're drawing in this energy from the time of Moses The cats are feeling it. They're very rambunctious. And we want to strive towards this mystic converse with the Lord. And how we do that is to call upon the Lord. Good times, bad times, what have you. Spark that conversation, spark that connection. Because the more you do that, the more keen he is to reach out to you in times of need, when he needs you or you need him even more. So very crucial. And we are going to talk about more, like who is the Lord, right? Who is the Lord? What can he do for us, right? A lot of us maybe have these answers, but we're going to talk more and more about that, getting into the 99 names of Allah once again, because the more we get to know his attributes and his qualities, it's going to start to make more and more sense to us why we would reach out to this mysterious entity, right? It seems so mysterious and so bizarre, but the more we get to know his attributes, we can start to apply them and reach out to him according to the attributes, according to what we need, and according to what is beneficial for us. I know I said to not make decisions on wants, so keeping that in mind as well. But also, when it comes to the Lord, it's all we could ever want. We just make it all about him as our want. That's fine. Okay. So I'm just going to leave you here. I don't have the time that I like to have today. But I thought, might as well, come on. Conversation goals. Conversation goals. Okay. Going to set this here. God bless you guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble day in and day out. It means a lot. It's helpful. Good grief. Alright. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.